How's it going?
How are you, Paula?
Well, you look beautiful.
Because I have my skin taken care of for the last 4 years by you.
I love it. Oh,
So, Paula, I was telling everyone, so we are in our second session of over 40. Last month was dating over 40. This month is health and wellness over 40. And I knew in the guests that I wanted to come on with me, the experts and the pros, I said, I have got to have Paula on. And I was telling them Paula has been taking care of my skin the last 4 years. She is amazing. She's not going to toot her own horn, but I will. Paula is the best of the best here in Miami. The who of who, the socialites, the celebrities, the groupman girls, everyone goes to Paula. So
that's a big secret, but I do think
it is, but I told it, you didn't. So we all know in the Miami circles who takes care of whose skin here, and Paula is amazing. So I referred many of my friends to her. So let's get started, Paula. So kind of in these sessions that I have, so we ask the viewers if they want to ask questions, they love to jump in. So we kind of, as we're talking, we jump in back and forth answering questions with them. So yeah, so let's get started with it. Someone goes, yes, she's the best. Absolutely, she is the best. Okay, so let's talk about it. At what age, which what I was reading, because I'm not the expert you are, but I do my research. So they say at 40 is when your face really starts and your skin starts to change the most. Is that true? What do you find? I mean, you've been doing this for what, 16 years already?
Yeah, pretty much, almost 17. But actually, the earliest changes of, collagen loss within the skin started to be visible within your 20s. And it really depends on each individual.
Okay.
More sun, genetics, pollution, lifestyle factors that might not be great, like drinking way too much all the time, drugs, break down more collagen. So I know some early 20-year-olds that have a lot of wrinkles and sun damage, but some people have amazing genetics. I've met beautiful women in their late 50s that have never done anything, and they just have been blessed, and they take care of themselves and try to live a good holistic life. So, but that said, in our 40s, we did start seeing a lot more of the changes. A lot of the bone changes that are happening, things we're remodeling along the way, our bones throughout life, but due to gravity, it starts changing the structure, and we start seeing things sliding and sagging. And if you want to stay on top of it, I always think it's better to take a preventative approach, doing things that we can treat with the skin to keep it nice and tight, getting a nice glow, and then we can use a couple other little tricks to lift and kind of keep us feeling the way we feel inside on the outside.
Yes.
So what I really like, and as you know, with my practice, I like to help people achieve that confidence, the inner confidence, because anyone who knows me, clearly I'm not good with makeup, the light, I'm not a media person, but I want to feel beautiful, confident, and sexy without having to do much, right? So that's always for myself and for my patients as well, because a lot of us, I mean, I'm in my 40s, we're running around, we're moms, we're like juggling so many things, and we don't want to have to do a lot of prep. We want to feel like ourselves and be comfortable with someone, and we want someone to love us for who we are. So starting to do treatments on skin in your 40s, I think is really great. I do agree. I love when people say beautiful from the inside. I definitely think so. And that's why I always tell people, what bothers you? And like that, because I dated someone once who thought he loved his crow's feet. And I said, you know what? That's sexy.
Yeah.
Embraces certain things. Like, it's the confidence. So
They own it. You have to own it.
if something really bothers you, it's a little red dot. For one, don't ever tell someone you're dating, because they probably noticed it, and as soon as you tell them, they will see it.
Yes.
But then go get it treated, do it for yourself. I think that's the most important thing.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. It is about doing it for yourself. Someone goes, Paula's keeping us fresh and sexy. Absolutely. I love sitting down at Paula's. They're like, what are you here for? I'm like, I don't know. She just has to look at my face. Like, I trust Paula. Like,
So what I usually start people on when they come to me, I always like to address those first earlier changes, which is skin changes, the loss of collagen within the skin. And build collagen after the early 20s is any injury. So now we have so many things in this industry that are target that collagen remodeling. It's really about finding what device is best for your skin. And this is what a medical professional. I have a little bit of a different background because I did dermatology for 6 years and then plastic surgery for 5 years. So I kind of like combine both of those and my whole life. And if you see my animals walking around in the background, I'm actually like a nature girl hiker. And so I think it makes me unique in the field in Miami.
Yes.
Like I said, I want people to embrace who they are and qualities, but be able to address little things that bother them. So
Absolutely.
treating your skin first, and then we can start addressing and little nitpicking the tiny things that bother you. But always, 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 you should start thinking about this and allow yourself recovery from any treatment. Don't do it right before your first date. You're still in it. I think I did once. Want to feel like you're on your A game, not, oh gosh, can they tell I'm a little swollen from or whatever you do.
Yes. Yeah. And what I love about you, Paula, is people, when they see Miami, they tend to think plasticky and pulled back and just overdone. And you love, like you say, you don't change people. You just add like little improvements, like little, little things that you do, little tweaks, and you like to keep your patients very natural, very as to what they really are with just little tweaks, which I think is fantastic. You're one of the few in Miami that do that.
I think for me, I moved to Miami from up north. I grew up in New Jersey, but being here, I felt like I needed to kind of change the conception of anti-aging and not have everyone think that everything on us is fake.
Yes.
Down here, it's like, is it the air, the sun? I don't know. But so I wanted to change that conversation and to get the education, but doing it for the right reasons and doing subtle little changes. The only real change I like to do on a patient is to slowly add a little bit of symmetry in their face while I'm restoring it. So symmetry is something that's attractive even for babies. That, and we don't like to do it too quickly. I like to do it very subtly. There's a lot of people, I know patients that, oh, Paula's great. She fixed my lips that were really botched and she made the shape beautiful, but I want that fake looking lip and I go somewhere else. And I'm okay with that, It's finding the artist that you kind of jive with and to help people, someone that can actually listen to your needs. And, if you're a man, you don't want to be feminine. You don't want someone to get eyebrows with your Botox,
Yes. So let's talk about that, because I told my gentleman followers that this also was for them. It wasn't just women. If you go on Paula's page, which is Miami Derm Pro and Azalea Skin Clinic as well, she has 2 pages. There are some men on there that it's like 10 years are taken off of them, but it looks like the same guy. It looks like the exact same guy. It's just like, oh, wow, you could tell like, oh, he's just, he's a little more handsome. And there are these silver foxes and they just look amazing. And a lot of men, people don't think men want these treatments. And I know you have a lot of men that actually go to you. And like I said, it just looks like they're like 10 years younger and they still look like silver foxes. They look hot, actually.
Men also come into this anti-aging, before, probably because of the way cosmetics was approached, they would do things that sort of were changing people's faces before. Know how to lift and how to restore. So why can't a man also look good? They've been watching their wives and girlfriends like looking really good as they get older, and they're like, wait, what about me? So most men what really changed the industry was when the injections, FDA approved Kybella came out. That
Okay.
dissolve double chins. And that is actually the first time a lot of men started coming in because, you know, they are totally fine. Like they don't care about gray hair. You know, they don't care if they have like wrinkles. But what a lot of them don't like is when they're wearing their nice little sexy suit collars and then have a double, you know, it's a double chin. There's no differentiation. So that actually changed a lot of the culture in cosmetics. And so they started coming in for that. A lot of my men also, nobody likes looking tired. And there's nothing worse than when you've slept 12 hours, you just get back from vacation, you see someone and they say, oh man, you look tired.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm not, thank you. It's a genetic predisposition that gave someone these bags. Now the process of like aging is accelerating it. And with a little sneaky filler put under the muscle here, you hide the light, you know, the shadows that form, and they instantly feel good and refreshed and feel youthful. And that little procedure could last 1 year. And so it's usually the guys then tell their other friends and they bring them in, or what I like to call bro talks.
Botox, I love it.
Toxin into their foreheads. And here's the secret. I've been doing it since I'm 27, I'm 40. And look, still have expression, you know? So you have to freeze your face if you don't want it. And most men don't want to have a frozen look. So a bit of neurotoxin, Botox, Dysport can actually like lift their eyebrows and make them feel good. And maybe they don't even care about how they look, but they want to be competitive in the job market or on TV, or, you know, they're in the courtroom and they don't want the jury focusing on their wrinkle. They want the message to get across. So that really, you know, brings them in. And sometimes it's even couples coming in together. I just think it's great. I love injecting men. And when people ask me, what do you do? Like I said, with men, again, we'll give a little bit more symmetry, but like a little bit angular jaw, you know, like I think is like sexy is kind of what I do. I just don't want to change them, but maybe just make things very subtle, very masculine. But I always ask someone's opinion because it's their face. They're the ones looking at it. And, you know, I want to make sure we have the same idea. So
absolutely. Yeah. And that's what I love is that you're an artist. Before anything, like you really look, and like you said, the symmetry, you're really great at it. So we're talking about Botox, we're talking about fillers, like Kybella. Is it what you said? Kybella. So you talk about that. I want to touch on Morpheus 8.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. So that's kind of something, is it new? Is it newish? It has come out in the last year or two?
It's actually, I think we're on the 3rd year that we've had it.
Okay.
It's so fantastic because it's an FDA approved skin tightening treatment, right?
Okay.
The first devices that's come out that not only can tighten face and neck, which other devices have been out for, but it can tighten the body. So men, women, anyone who's undergone weight loss and you have skin laxity, marks, after pregnancy, we can start tightening the skin. And the neat part is, so they're little tiny microneedles that are sterile. They get to the skin and you can control what depth you go into.
Yes.
Official, you're targeting texture, right?
Yes.
So you could actually start disrupting fat cells, tighten the skin, but you're kind of like smoothing the fat areas. So it's you can really custom every treatment, every individual. I love it. You need 3 sessions. There is not that much downtime. If you're a model or you're out on TV, I do that your first session plan that you might get a little blotchy. If anyone has seen some of my posts, I just never wear makeup after. I'll have a couple little scratch marks. It looks like, I don't know, like maybe a little bruise around the eye, but it goes really fast. Actually, most other treatments, you kind of look crazy. Your skin swells for a week, and so nice because the radio frequency energy that gets sent through that gold needle kind of like seals up the tissue. I always say, think about plastic when like some fire or any heat touches plastic. You know how you pull up? It's kind of like what's happening in the body. We're trying to like create that collagen creation at different levels of the skin, and you just get a nice tightening effect.
Yes.
Not immediate.
Mhm.
Anything in, you do a treatment, and it actually takes 8 weeks to start seeing clinical effects of collagen remodeling.
Mhm.
A little investment in your piggy bank. Do a
Yeah.
couple sessions, and then there's always maintenance, the gravities. But your maintenance is one treatment once a year. But my 80-year-old mom was so obsessed with it after like 4 sessions. She's like, "Can I just keep doing it to keep tightening?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely. You
Yeah.
can keep tightening as much as you want, you know."
Yeah.
So
And it's not just for the face, correct?
no, you can do body parts. Remember before, like everybody would say, oh, you can always tell when people are doing stuff because like their face looks so good and their neck is old, or
Yeah.
like their hands are old, or the knees.
Yes.
Like certain people have like certain areas. Like I even had someone told me like the wrinkles you see right here, you know,
Yes.
all those areas with this machine. It's absolutely
Yeah.
um, you know, I loved it after I had my daughter, you know, no matter how fit you are,
Mhm.
and has to go somewhere. And I don't want to have surgery. I want to kind of avoid surgery. So
Yeah.
everything preventative, and it's really awesome. It's a great treatment. It doesn't matter what color your skin is.
Mhm.
Lasers, you can't do that if you have too much pigment. But like any treatment though, you don't want to be getting sun after for like 2 weeks to the area.
Okay, yeah, and I think that Morpheus, it's on my list to do. I can't wait to do it. I know we've talked about it. I think it's also great, especially this series is over 40 series. A lot of us are we're getting divorced in our 40s and we're starting over, and you're kind of a little self-conscious. Let's just say you get into a new relationship and you're with someone new, and it wasn't your ex-husband or your ex-wife that you're with for 20 years, and so it's a little bit different. So I think this is just something that it's not surgery, it's just
Mhm.
tightening. It's helping you tighten and improve yourself a little bit, and giving you kind of like that self-confidence, and what all the workout in the world, you still kind of need a little bit of tightening here and there.
That is the one thing that no matter what exercise, you have a really hard time with the tightening.
Yeah.
That fat loss in the face. But there is another sneaky thing out there
Okay, tell us.
because we want to do prevention, and those of us that work so much, I love being physically active.
Hmm.
Not per se a gym person. I like going on hiking expeditions or rollerblading or being outside. But I got that M Sculpt Neo.
Oh,
So, you know what I think? I think it's like a performance enhancing drug, but it's a device, and it's these magnets that go on the body. And
okay.
in a 30-minute session,
Yep.
you will do 20,000 crunches,
Hmm.
something that I don't think it hurts very much. And you can get a six pack, which I was really kind of excited. After 6 sessions, you see your muscle strength growing with every session. So I felt it when I was doing yoga again. But I had like fallen off the wagon when I opened up my office. I had no time. So I was about a year and a half not working out. And my goal was when I turned 40, I need to be in the best shape ever. And it was a cop out, but I bought the machine. And so I was like, you know what? I'm
Yeah.
just going to do it everywhere so I can spread the word and people can see the results. And I have to say, I have friends that look better now on their waist, and that's in their 40s after 2 children.
Yeah.
One child, she's 8, but I hadn't seen my abs like
Hmm.
since I was in my 20s. And
Yeah.
it's really amazing. And being like a nutritionist background myself,
Hmm.
think about it, it's the best for someone who's within their like ideal body weight, so
Yeah.
not very obese. But you know what? When you increase your muscle mass, you're going to start burning your calories at a higher metabolic rate.
Hmm.
I think it's a really good incentive, because when people go in there and they starting to see a little bit of the abs forming, like they might up their routine at the gym. They might, opt not to eat that extra cookie, and
Yes.
that extra like sexy boost. For me, I was like, oh my God, my lower abs aren't like pooching out.
Yes. And that's the one thing you can work out, especially for women.
Mhm.
You can work out so much. And either you could be even in your 30s after you have that first child, you could work out. It's always those lower abs. That's the problem no matter what.
So it is my favorite on the abs, but I mean, that thing, I think you can do most of your body areas except here.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so it's, again, it's whatever bothers you. We also do like hair loss stuff, you know?
Okay.
Not just men are losing their hair,
Yep.
and also thin. And I don't know if all your followers are in Miami, but like I grew up north and I moved here. And, oh my God, every woman is so gorgeous and their hair is like thick and down to here and can't keep up. So like you can do plasma treatments. You take your blood and you inject it into the scalp. Some people like to use it on the skin with like regular microneedling, and
I've
it
done that with you.
setting phase. Yes, there's recovery with that one. But you actually can get hair growth back, and that's kind of neat, you know? Little things that don't require a whole bunch of resources or recovery. I'm all about it.
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, like I said, I trust you 100%. I just sit down, like, Paula, just look at me. What do I need? Because you're all about just enhancing and leaving someone natural, which is fantastic. So someone just asked here, what is it again? It's not M Sculpt. It's called what, Paula?
Oh, the muscle one was M Sculpt. Neo is the newer version, which has frequency option, which can help reduce some fat and tighten, but it's not really a tightening device. I think the Morpheus is better. I'm sorry, I was trying to respond to someone and I don't even know how to do it. The PRP is the injections for the scalp, but it doesn't work if you're completely bald.
Okay.
You actually have to have hairs in the area because if not, you don't want to like invest money or like discomfort with needle sticks if you're not going to get a result. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it a treatment? Yes. What she's talking about, the Neo Sculpt, it is a treatment. It's not a machine that you buy. It's actually a machine in Azalea's skin clinic that Paula has there that you can do the treatments there. Correct, Paula?
the big machine, it uses magnets, so you can't have a large like metal implants in your body. It doesn't matter about dental implants, but knee replacements, pacemaker, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It it's probably one of the only things that doesn't hurt that actually works. And it takes like 30 minutes, but you do have to do one session a week.
Okay.
And 4 sessions, 6. I like 6, and then you can wait 3 months and then you can see your outcome. And then at 3 months, people will go to like maintenance. I had done it to get all beautiful in April and then had not done anything. And when I saw my friend who I told you that her waist never looked better before her 2 kids,
Yeah.
was Labor Day weekend. I said, what are you doing? You look so good. And she's like, your machine.
Yeah.
Oh my God, okay, I need to go do another maintenance, you know? So everything is about maintenance. If you work out in the gym, you could probably maintain your gains yourself, but
Mm-hmm.
you need that extra push. Like when I saw those results, I said, no wonder all these people are just so ripped, you know?
Yeah.
Not necessarily their gym and diet. Like they just
Yeah.
have the resources and the time to go do these things. So
Yes. It's totally on my list because I am the girl. Yes, I work out 5 days a week. You know, I do light workouts, but listen, I'm the girl who likes the chocolate and the bread and the butter, and I'm not giving that up.
life life is just that much better, even though we have to work out more. But yeah, again, I love my food too and my chocolate. And
Yes, yeah. Someone said here that I'm glowing. Well, that's my skin fairy godmother, Paula. So she's been taking care of my face, my skin for the last 4 years. And there's people that travel all over for Paula to come here. Yes, she's based in Miami, in Coconut Grove, actually, in the cutest. She has just it's really just, you actually go there and I feel like I'm going into like a retreat because it's just so calming and it's so beautiful and everything is light colors and light wood. And what I love about it is that it's all women work there. And yes, Paula is the head of this. She is the CEO and founder, but she has an amazing team, which all of the ladies are fantastic there.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't discriminate on men.
No, no, absolutely not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a nice group. It was even better, you know, since I wish I could be spending most of my life on a mountain or in the woods.
Yes.
Try to fill it with as much greenery as possible. We're going a little under construction on my rooftop patio, but when it's done, we will have a huge garden with trees. I just wanted a relaxing atmosphere where people can come, get information, get the treatments they need, have a safe space that provides products that are safe, no
Yeah.
chemicals. You know, it's hard nowadays. There's a lot of people that sell stuff and promote stuff, but that not necessarily is the best. And I just wanted to create that space, maybe because I have an 8-year-old girl that's growing up in the city. And again, I want
Yeah.
herself for who she is,
Yes.
if they bother her. And I still love treating acne and rosacea.
Yeah. And that is something that people over 40, I mean, I constantly get little breakouts here, even over 40, and you've helped me treat that as well. I mean, that we get that. So, I mean, you still treat the common, what we say, the common everyday things, the acne, the scarring. You know, someone said here, they just asked, what treatment could they look at for post-surgery scarring?
So with scars,
Mm-hmm.
what happens, it's really the best time to start treating them when they're relatively fresh. So you usually have to wait at least 2 weeks from your surgery. You want that little incision to be completely closed over. It's okay if it's still red or if it's raised, but closed over, okay? And you start with laser treatments to start picking that red out. It's like with stretch marks. When people grow too fast or the skin can't keep up, so it rips apart, like all the little collagen bonds rip apart and it creates little blood vessels.
Yeah.
If you treat the scars or the stretch marks when they're red, they either fade to white. White is actually much more difficult to later treat to blend,
Okay.
or dark brown. So if you start really fresh, I think I've even seen someone who had done her breast scar treatments with me, and like a year later, after we finished the treatments, she was showing me something, and I said, "Wow, your lift is so amazing! You can't even see your scars." And I'm like, "Paula, you did the laser." Oh my gosh, sorry, I didn't read the chart in a while. Yeah, so it's always better to start those earlier. And a lot of times I worked with plastic surgeons; they were amazing, but plastic surgeons, you know, they're not as 100% comfortable with how the skin heals, in what limits we can push to get rid of those scars. So obviously talk to your plastic surgeon, especially doing complicated surgeries, because maybe steps, but if you're done with your surgeries and you're not going to be tanning and out in the sun, you can treatments, and then to get the texture to smooth, you start having to do some sort of remodeling of the skin. May it be lasers like CO2 laser or micro needling regular or your Morpheus. You will have to do a couple sessions, just because you have to keep addressing them, and you can make it barely visible. So sunscreen on your scars are very important though.
Yeah, I think sunscreen in Miami, no matter what. I know you tell me, and I know I get smacked on the hand because I don't like sunscreen on my face because it makes me break out. I know, but I do it.
The powder should not make you break out.
Yes, yeah, I know. I'm so, and we have to in Miami, no matter what. So, okay, so Paula, you know, I want to thank you. This has been amazing. It's been really informative. I want to, before we finish, because it's a half an hour session, I know you've had a long day, and I so appreciate you joining me and the followers. And this is going to be up on my profile, so anyone can see it afterwards if you want to refer back to everything that Paula and I spoke about. But Paula, tell us where you're located, and tell us, you know, what platforms people can follow you at, where they can call to get an appointment, or where they can go to get an appointment with you.
So where my office is, it's a little bit of a speakeasy because it's hard to find if you don't know the area, but it's called Azala. It's a Basque word. So the Basque, it's a very strange language, but it's Azala. It is smack dab in the middle of Coconut Grove, but it's located across from the last carrot or Sapore de Mar.
Yep.
So and you gotta like sneak in through the back and go up. So I love that because, you know, I didn't like working in a huge hospital where I'm coming down the elevator with like ice on my newly injected lips and there's like poor cancer patient, you know what?
Yes.
So
Yes, yeah.
you can hide, no one sees you leave. But I'm in the Grove. I have a bunch of different providers in my practice. If you have very complicated cases like old bad injections or bad surgeries, definitely it's worth to talk to me since I'm known for fixing a lot because it gets a little
Yes.
complicated.
Yeah.
So in those cases, I've recently been asking people to submit their history online and I'll share the portal. It's azalaskinclinic.com so that I can kind of get an idea. We can chat either virtual or in person before you come in. So if not, we make a plan. And once we get you feeling great, a lot of my patients will see me once a year or every 2 years or every 3 years because stuff lasts. And remember, my goal is not to stop this process. I say our mountain is going downhill, but we're just going to make it less steep so that, you know, I prefer to look old than weird.
Yeah.
And actually an honor to age, you know, it's better than the alternative. So
Absolutely, absolutely. And what platforms can they find you on? Because you have 2 different accounts. So where can people follow you?
So either one. I'm terrible on both, but I love doing live, so I'm going to try to get back to them. But you can find me Azala Skin Clinic or Miami Derm Pro is my original one. If anyone wants to leave any feedback on what you like to see, what you don't like, I kind of fell off the bandwagon with my social media with COVID, only because I've been busy working, but I do want to be able to provide more information and let you see different procedures and some before and afters. But I have a team that gives me that pretty light that you're using that gives you, even you can actually see the results because with photography, there's so many people that will take a picture and change the lighting and the angle and you're like, wow, that looks amazing, but that's not the way it really looks. So for me, I like to show what actually is going to happen. So yes, so reach out and you can always come consult and eventually I'll have the rooftop so people can pop in and it'll be a fun space that.
Oh, it's still a gorgeous space. I feel like when I go in there, it's a retreat. It's just so relaxing while I'm in there. So definitely someone just put up both platforms. So definitely guys, look in the comments right there. You can start following Paula on either one. To my followers, stay tuned because this is a 3-part series. This month, Paula was my first in health and wellness. I will be announcing who is my second guest. Paula, thank you so much. You know, I adore you. I will see you soon. And thank you again, because I know you're super busy. So thank you. Love you.
See you.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to Paula on either one of her platforms. Good night, everyone.